Welcome back to the dungeon. It's J&J Dynasty. Gonna do a little brag video about one of my teams. This is it. So let's get rid of the thumbnail. Hello, and this is gonna be a draft I just completed. It's actually one of the drafts I mentioned that I might do a video on. So this is what I'm gonna tell you what I came into the year with, and kind of go from there. Let's crank this down a little bit. Maybe you can hear me a little bit better too. So, sorry, I'm going to do bad hand gestures and stuff like that. Got 3 different slideshows and stuff like that to go. So hopefully we'll make this nice and smooth. If you like some of the information, if you think it's kind of cool, give me a thumbs up. Give me some comments. Tell me if I made some stupid trades. So this is going to be basically about the trades, and also the maneuvers in the draft and the picks I made with the picks in the draft, right? So let's get into this, right? So the bingo draft. All right. So what I wanted to start off with was I want to give you a frame of reference from where I started with this team this year. All right. So let's get into that and we will look at that. So as you can see, and I can hide this so you can actually see it all. Really nothing down there. But when I came into the year 2023, I had a first, a fourth, and a fifth. I had a pretty decent team. I should have been the number 2 team in the league. I wound up hooking the number 1 team in the first round of the playoffs, losing. So then I wound up making $25 on this, $24 on MFL on this team. So as you can see, I came in with an extra third. Didn't have a second or a third in this year's draft. Only somebody else's first because I made a shrewd move the year before, picking that up. So that pick was actually 1.6. So, and 5.1 with bingo. No, that was 5.7, whatever. So you'll see here as I do it. So let's get into the next slide here. So this is actually the team that I had coming into the year after the playoffs ended, and this is what I had. So Hurts and Mahomes, Akers, Carter, Ty Chandler, ETN, Gainwell, Aaron Jones, Zonovan Knight, David Bell, A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, Israel, Sky Moore, Curtis Samuel, Debo Samuel, Rashid Shaheed, Tolbert, Valdez, Scanling, Gesicki, and Schultz with Daniel Carlson. And then I had Gibson, Brees Hall, Bateman, and Crowder at the bottom there, right? So nothing too spectacular. I mean, it was a solid team. Injuries and stuff really hurt me. Akers not playing, things like that. ETN dipping out at the end. I wound up trading for Aaron Jones for the playoff run. That's a little bit behind the scenes on that, right? So coming into the draft, I had 2 picks, right? So 2 picks in the draft. So with that being said, I didn't have a whole lot of movement, didn't have a whole lot of stuff to get up. But we're getting ahead of ourselves, all right? So let's pop in the slideshow again for the number 1, and I will go through all the trades leading up to the draft and some of the trades in the draft. Okay. What the heck is this? No. Why is this screwed up here? Why is this not working? This really sucks. Well, this is the first one, so I don't know why this is not working correctly, but it is what it is. So, first overall pick here, I traded my first round pick next year. All right, so I went for a 2024 first round pick, planning on being good. So I wanted to upgrade or increase my wide receiver position. So I picked up Deontay Johnson. I moved back with Icky's shuffle there. So I moved back into the second round. It would be an very early second. So hopefully I would be, very late first for an early second. And I gave up Sky Moore, who I picked up off of waivers for $115. I think that was in another video. All right. So then after that, I traded Gesicki for Deontay Foreman and 312. 312 is the draft pick that I carried into the draft, and I made a draft day trade with 312. Or a couple of them, whatever, yeah. So then I also gave up I gave up Curtis Samuel for 3.9. Curtis Samuel and 5.7 for 3.9. So that was my 5th round pick that I came in with, right? So I moved up and I got 3.9. So that's how I get 3.9 and 3.12 out of this draft, right? So let's go to the next one. So 11 and 12. So this is about right. So then what I did was I traded I traded my first 106 and 312 for Tyreek Hill and 211. So I wound up getting Tyreek Hill. Then I traded, I don't know how this happens, Deontay Johnson. So I traded 312 away. I wound up getting 312 back for Ty Chandler and 408. Okay, so that was because I had a 4th and a 5th, right? So that gave first, 4th, and 5th have all been traded. Now I only have 312 and 3.9 left, if you're following that. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Rewind and redo that again if you want to. So let's get into the next one. So then this was a trade that was revoked. I had this trade, the guy, I thought he sent it to me on the day that Gainwell or that Swift was right after the draft, after when Swift was whatever, because I had Gainwell as a mid-second or early second. I thought he offered me 212 for Gainwell. I took it. He cried about it. I gave it back to him. So that's what that was. That's just a reversal of a trade. Always be cordial. Always do the right thing in a draft. Don't try to screw people over, too much. All right. So we got that. Okay. So what then happened is I had a offer that I couldn't refuse. If you can see way down there, for 211, and the pick I got with the 2nd round pick was 211 that I got for the Tyreek Hill trade. So I traded that for Brandon Cooks. So then the commissioner balanced picks, right? Let's go back. Can't do that one yet, I guess. So we'll go back to that video slide. So that's what we had so far. So now I've already gotten rid of a couple picks. I picked up Tyreek Hill and Brandon Cooks pre-draft. A couple other small things. I think it was Dante Foreman. I picked up with the Gesicki trade that I didn't see in there. So now we're getting into the draft picks, right? So let's get into the right here. Where is it? The draft. Okay. So this was a July draft. All right. So I started off. The draft was falling, and it was falling terribly. So everybody was reaching for guys, and these guys slid. So I wanted Kendre Miller, and because I think I needed to upgrade. And he was sitting there. We were pick 112 had been made. Richardson and Kendre Miller were sitting there. So I decided to talk to Urban Kings here and tried to get him to give me 2-1. He was asking too much. Basically, was almost the same deal that we agreed upon, but I offered him everything else. Tried to make the deal better for myself. Couldn't do it. So what I wound up doing was giving him the 312 and 3.9, I think it was, and 2 second-round picks for a 3.8, a future third, and the 201 pick. So with that 201 pick, I wound up drafting Anthony Richardson. With the 202 pick, I wound up drafting Kendre Miller. So I don't know if you guys think that those were two good deals or not. 2-2 for Kendre Miller, 2 future seconds. So 2 future seconds and 312 basically, and then I moved up from 3.9 to 3.8 on that deal. So that's kind of where that was. I thought I did move back from 312. Oh, whatever. All right, so we'll take a look at that. So then after that, I traded Rashid Shaheed for 305, and I picked up Israel Abakanda. And then I traded 3-8 then, because Sean Tucker got sniped on me. I traded 3-8 for 4-11, and I got back a future third with that, just because I wanted to trade back, and I wound up getting Dallas Cowboys defense at 4-11. Okay, so now I can show you, not that one, this one, and this. So this is what I actually got in the draft, and I can show this to you. So at 2-1, remember, I started off with 3-9 and 3-12 in this league. So I wound up trading up, making all those trades, and I got Anthony Richardson, Kendre Miller, Israel Abanikanda, because now I've got Hall, Carter, and Abanikanda, and I got the Dallas Cowboys defense. And as you can see, Akers was a keeper, so I kept him. So after all was said and done, right, this is what I wound up with. I wound up with 3 future thirds. You probably really can't see that. Maybe I can move it over there, but that's 3 future thirds in 24, 24 fourth, and a 24 fifth. Not great draft capital. I don't have a first and a second, but I have maneuverability to be able to pick up guys if I would happen to need some with this roster. All right. So hopefully you guys are getting kind of a little bit of a picture of what's left on the roster. So I've got a first, second, 2 thirds, and a fourth in 25. So I've got all better than all my draft capital in 25. Okay. So let's take a look at what the actual roster now looks like. So I have Hurts, Mahomes, and Richardson. Israel, Cam Akers, Michael Carter, Travis Etienne, Deontay Foreman, Kenny Gainwell, Antonio Gibson, Breece Hall, Kendre Miller, Bateman, A.J. Brown, Brandon Cooks, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, Isaiah Hodgins, Deebo Samuel, Schultz Carlson on the Cowboys. So with this, so let's go back here. No, not that one. It's that one. So let's go. This is what I wanted to do. So that's that one. So, all right. Remember, I came in the draft with 3-9. I had already picked up Tyreek Hill, and I had picked up Cooks. But I wound up getting Richardson, Kendre Miller, and Israel, and the Cowboys defense on this. So I think that was a pretty successful draft. Now I'm a little bit light because I'm going to have a bye week issues. But with this team, I put in all of my lineups through week 17. I just picked what they're projected for the best. And this roster is underneath 140 points to score, even with the bye weeks, 4 times. 4 times. 130 to 135 you usually win. So this team's scoring over 140 all but 4 weeks. Twice it's over at 135. Twice it's down at 120. And that's when I have the big week 7 and I think week 10, the big bye week issues where I don't have, some of the top guys going in those weeks. You can't see it right now, but Hurts also has a week 10 bye. So I'd be starting Anthony Richardson, and I'm losing Hill and Akers and A.J. Brown. So week 10 and week 7, I'm supposed to score about 110 points. But if that's the case, I will be 12-2. I should win the division. So I literally at this point don't need to make any moves as long as my roster stays relatively healthy. I've got plenty of bye week personnel to go with that. So let me know what you think about this video. I thought I ran through it fairly well. Just wanted to give you a taste of what I did in this draft. This roster I think is very exciting. I think this roster should be a league winner. It better be. I'm gonna cry. I'm shooting for second place. If I get lucky, I win it. So I think it's the type of roster that will do that. Let me know what you think. As always, give me a comment, subscribe to the video, ring the bell for notifications. All right. Until next time, take care.